I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
And I'm gonna just go, and I mentioned it earlier, and it's just my fault, I guess. It's just a call that I made, and it's not even a call that I made because of bye weeks. Playing Anthony Richardson, where Justin Herbert was hurt or on bye, and then playing him over Dak Prescott, getting hurt, give me 4 points. Like the dude, it's so frustrating because he's missed over 2 games, and he still got 80, almost 80 points in fantasy football in 3 games, say 3.5 games. So like when he's out there, he's fucking fantastic fantasy football option, and like I love him and I want to roll with him so bad, but again, 2 injuries, and this one's a little more severe. Like, but that's what you get when you get this kind of running quarterback like this. Like Cam was running, but Cam was pretty durable. Josh was running. Josh was pretty durable. I don't necessarily blame the concussion on him because that's a concussion. That's kind of a freaky thing. But this shoulder injury sucks. The guy, he got hit. Guy fell right on his shoulder, and now he's out for a month. It's the same injury that Derek Carr's dealing with, except Derek Carr's dealing with a grade 1 AC joint sprain, and Anthony Richardson's dealing with a grade 3 AC joint sprain.
Yeah, I think it's also Derek Carr's is his non-throwing shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Richardson's is his throwing shoulder, which is why he's out.
Yep.
But
yeah, Derek Carr is the opposite.
In general,
either way,
Anthony Richardson starting for me in Dave's league that he runs with his brother. If he was normal, or if I had Justin Herbert this week, or if I had Sam Howell this week, if I had fucking Zach Wilson this week, I lost by 5 points. I would have been 5-0 in Dave's league, and I don't know if I've ever started 5-0. I think I have, but I mean, it's 5-0. It's a pretty big deal. So that would have been amazing, and it sucks, and I just feel a little let down and confused. And I still love him. When he's back, I'm firing him up, but we got to keep our eye on him. So, all right, Adam, what are you getting high
on? I'm getting high on delusional Patriots fans. Maybe not the Patriots fans, it's this, but it's the Patriots in general. Anything associated with the Patriots, Bill Belichick, this organization. I cannot fathom that they keep pulling Mac Jones in these games and putting in Bailey Zappi, and they're getting the same exact results. But next week they're going to start Mac Jones again. Like, I think I might be high trying to process this whole QB scenario in New England. But believe me, I'm happy about it. I love watching them get shut out. I love watching the Patriots lose and whine and cry and bitch, complain, everything about it. But what are they doing over there?
You gotta understand, Adam. We play a nose brand of football, and we play great defense, and our defense does a good job. And our running backs are just great. They're great running backs, and we pound the rock. We got a really good young kid here named Mac Jones, and we're gonna go on another run again. How was my Bill Belichick impression?
That was terrible. First of all, you sound more like Robert Kraft than Bill Belichick there. But either way, I just can't understand what's going on over there. Believe me, as a Bills fan, I love it. But as a guy who loves football and likes to watch, you just let Derek Carr beat you badly. So
yeah, they didn't. I don't even know how they lost that game. The Saints' offense was fine, but
it wasn't spectacular.
There was a pick six, but Derek Carr, I think, threw for 180 yards and a touchdown.
It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't great. And Olave had a touchdown, but you only ended with
I think he had
15 points.
No, I think less than that. I think he had 2 catches for a touchdown.
Actually, 12. Yeah, 12. Hold on, let me see. I got it right here.
8 points.
Yeah, 2 receptions for 12 yards and a touchdown on 5 targets. You let that beat you?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least fans are coming around. I mean, before they were like,
I hope so,
we're still going to the Super. But this is where it gets
Yeah.
funny. So the fans are like, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. But now they've spin sewn themselves into being like, well, I'd rather be in last place than be, mediocre and be in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, we'll just get Caleb Williams. Everybody wants Caleb Williams now.
And I hate to tell I hate to brain on the delusional fans like that. Bill Belichick is too good of a coach to make you guys pick in the top 5. They're not going to pick in the top 5. Bill Belichick's going to pull out some wins. Don't be surprised when the Patriots beat the Bills. Don't be surprised when the Patriots beat the Jets again. Like, they're going to have 7 wins. There's going to be way more worse teams than the Patriots. The Bears,
Oh yeah, for sure.
the Bears, the Colts, if Richardson stays hurt, the Texans, which is a Bears pick. No, which is Arizona pick. Arizona, the fucking horrible Panthers. Like, they're going to pick maybe top 12, but they're not going to have an early pick. So they're going to be stuck in purgatory. You're absolutely right. Jay, what are you getting high?
Elam for the Bills, cornerback. I mean, come on now.
Oof.
He had this. This was your chance to show the coaches and everyone else, like, hey, I deserve to be starting over.
I shouldn't be.
a
I
guy
shouldn't
that
be
got
inactive every
picked.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, over a guy that got picked in like the 4th or 5th round or whatever Benson was, and you proved to everyone their decisions were right. Like you fucking you got just destroyed all game.
Yeah.
So
And to be fair, but he's done this before. But like Calvin Ridley's not a slouch, but still, like
no, I mean he wasn't covering Ridley the entire game either. He was covering different receivers, but yeah. So he just
Every time Ridley made a catch, Elam was there,
oh yeah,
and
Like,
not there as in like he had good coverage. He was there as in like
He was
Yeah.
on that side of the field.
yeah,
he was
got
there
burned.
like 5 seconds after the catch
Yeah.
was made.
Right.
Like some of the routes he just got embarrassed on. Like
Yeah, it was really
I
bad.
mean, you're a 1st round pick. You can't be playing like that.
Would you guys move off of an early round pick and something else, say a 1st and a 4th for Patrick Surtain Jr.?
Yeah, I mean probably.
Yeah.
Surtain's good.
I would, because he's good, and I don't know if Trey White ever plays again for the Buffalo Bills, and Elam ain't him.
Tough call.
So I mean,
Really tough
it
call.
took White a long ass time to come back from the ACL, and mentally he didn't seem the same. And
Yeah.
nowadays the fucking Achilles is worse than the ACL. It is
Yeah.
absolutely a worse injury than the ACL.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I
Dave,
agree.
you're the fantasy football surgeon. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed that the ACL is a lot harder to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, I was the first to say that I like Trey has not been all day Trey, and I kind of second that notion. I think we've seen the last of Trey in a Bills uniform. As much as it pains me to say it. Yeah, the Achilles, that's going to be a tough injury to come back on, especially for corners. An Achilles for like a stand in the pocket quarterback or something like that, like okay, but a guy that needs to pivot and cut and it needs to be able to jump, and like Achilles is super hard to come back from. It's going to be a harder injury to come back from than the ACL, and he had a hard time with the ACL. Like, this is going to be a tough spot for him, and I just don't know if Buffalo can pay him to stay on the team and stay injured and not play the way that he should play.
I think
Right.
I think physically he would probably be more likely to come back from it, but the mental side, I don't know if he's going to come back from the mental side after this.
He had a mental side coming back from the ACL. The guy looked like he was about ready to retire with the whole DeMar Hamlin situation last year. And then now this. So like, and it's
Yeah.
not me like demeaning anybody's mental health or anything like that. People struggle, and this guy has struggled a lot in this past year and a half, and this could just unfortunately be the icing on the cake for him. And he is or was a great player, and he was playing well this year. I don't mean to take it away from him, but the Achilles injury could be the end of Tre'Davious White as an elite cornerback for sure.
And as a fan,
Starter.
yeah, I mean, as a fan, this pains me because I love Trey, but we paid him like all day Trey, and he's like it. At the end of the day, this is a business. We can't afford to give him that money and not get all day Trey, or let alone get a guy that can't stay on the field. Like,
Right.
from the
Yeah.
from the business side of things, like I really feel like we saw the last of Trey in a Bills uniform, unfortunately.
So I would be for them making a move, maybe getting Patrick Surtain. I know he's young. He's on a shit team that's tanking. He's got a contract coming up. That would be the team to make the most sense. I just don't know.
You got Josh Norman instead, bud. So
Well, that's for now. But But that's a McDermott guy. McDermott coached him.
Yeah, I know.
So I mean, Norman's fine. Put him in. I mean, can he be worse than fucking Elon?
No, exactly.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what I mean.
just gonna say.
He's-
I was
Elon's
talking
so
about this
bad.
earlier. Yeah, he can't be any worse than.
I mean, Elon got benched at the end of that game too for some guy I never even fucking heard of.
Why don't you call Amazon and see what Richard Sherman's doing? He's got to be fucking better. Than him. Like, let's fucking go. Like,
Yeah.
is Antoine Winfield Sr. available?
He might be.
We
I
should
mean,
have
at this point, just the way.
we should
agree.
have just
Anybody
put a
would be
big
better.
brick of sand at like 15 yards out. Just like
Just
all right,
stand there.
that's our corner.
I'm a
Yeah.
guy that like. There's a lot of people out there that like for some reason hates first round draft picks and these highly touted guys. There's a lot of people that hate them. I'm like the opposite. I like defend them because I understand their talent. But even when we drafted Elam, I was like, I don't know about this one. And you guys know I pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I-
What a
I wasn't like excited about it. And the only reason, I mean, and you've seen it if you watch the draft coverage from last year, Brandon Bean got a little bit of a mini boner because he was talking about like he has a notebook about all his films he watched. You can watch all the film you want, bruh. You're not producing and you don't know how to cover a fucking double move, dude. Like, it's not it. And we thought like when we got Elam and Kansas City got Trent McDuffie, like at first everyone was talking about the Bills won that. Nah, bruh.
No,
no.
Even close.
not even close.
Might be one of Bean's worst misses for draft picks, especially for a first rounder. So
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely
those are the ones you got to hit on.
I mean, his first rounders have all pretty much done well. His first one was Trey White, and then the next year he had the two. He had Josh Allen and Trey Emmons.
Yep.
And then in 19, we took Ed Oliver. 20, we didn't have one. And then 21 was Rousseau. 22 was Elam, and 23 was the tight end. So, so even if you put in the second round of 2020, that was Epinesa, who having a great year, but it took him a little bit longer to produce. But he was a second rounder, not a first rounder. So he should have that breathing room. But yeah, like, and it seems like Bean is decent with his first rounders and pretty good with the late rounders, but kind of fucks it all up in the middle. But is that true? Is it coaching? Because we bitched about him drafting Zach Moss, and look at what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Yep, true.
So it is what it is. So who didn't get high yet? Me and Dave, right? You guys both got high, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I think our host is high. He doesn't know where we are in the segment.
I
You
know.
don't get high on this fucking great fucking thing. Here, I'm gonna take a nip real quick, and then I'm gonna tell you what I'm getting high on. All right, here we go. By the way, people at home listening, I'm drinking some Jack Tennessee Apple. Is this how apples taste out there in Tennessee, Adam?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, great.
Everything
They're all
tastes
infusing.
like whiskey.
Yeah,
in
everything
Tennessee.
tastes like whiskey. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely
mine's
right.
just gonna be a quick high. No, I got high. That's
Yeah,
why
you got high.
I got high. So
Yeah, you
Dave
got
got
high. Yeah, I'm gonna one up your get high. And I'm gonna talk about my boy, Mr. Joey B. Like I'm glad you're back, bro. But like where have you been? Also, I benched your ass for Anthony Richardson because you've been fucking god awful. And what happens if Anthony Richardson takes a shit and Mr. Joey B goes off for 300 yards and 3 tutties? And I lost a lot of matches because of that play. So I'm just like, I'm not mad. Like, I'm happy that you're back, Joey B. I don't know what happened, that you like found your brain and you realize you just have to throw to the best fucking wide receiver in the NFL to win games. But like,
Right.
what the hell, bro? What the hell?
I just want to say it wasn't a bad. What you did wasn't wrong. It wasn't the wrong move to bench Joe Burrow for Richardson. The way Burrow's been playing, the way Richardson's been playing, he got hurt. Shit happens. It was sound fantasy mind and sound fantasy advice. Sometimes you make the right call and something happens, and it just happens, and that's what it is. So now, if I would have said, I was making the joke a couple weeks ago that I'm just going to bench Josh Allen for Jordan Love. Now that's would have been silly because Josh Allen's been playing great, Jordan Love's been playing great. That's silly. But you benched one of the worst performing quarterbacks in the NFL for one of the top 10 performing quarterbacks in the NFL, right? So it's like,
Right.
I know you're mad about it, but this is more for the people at home. I know you know this. Sometimes there's a process and you got to do the right thing by the process, and it might turn out wrong, but more or less it turns out right. And I'll give you guys a for instance. And it didn't work out for me, but in Dave's league, I'm watching this game right now. Josh Jacobs was my second round pick. I've been rolling with the guy. I had no problem sending him to the bench to put in David Montgomery. David Montgomery's been getting touchdown after touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs was out. Even in the predictions, it said that Josh Jacobs was going to have more fantasy points than David Montgomery. No. I mean, you got to do the right process. You got to think it out. David Montgomery had nearly 30 points. Josh Jacobs has yet to go. Even if Josh Jacobs get 31 points, which you fucking better not because Jay's starting him against me. But even if it did,
Oh, he just ran for 20, so
even if he did, the whole process that you went through is right, you know. And I don't know. I just wanted to.
No, I appreciate you sticking up for me because I know there's people listening right now that goes, that are gonna go, you're a fucking moron, Dave. Why would you do that? But like in the situation, I had to do, like, I needed, like, don't get me wrong, you guys know I was high on Joey B. I fucking love the dude. I got a big share of him, but like I just needed to see it. You know what I mean? And like,
and I'll give you a prime example. You did the right thing. I did the right thing too. You benched him for Richardson. Richardson got hurt. I still think Richardson would have 30 points that game. Because he had 4 points within half of a quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was already starting to tear it up. He was on a pace for a 32-point game. I have Joe Burrow in one league, and I did not bench him. But if I was going to bench him, I was going to bench him for Sam Howell. Well, guess what? Sam Howell had more points than Joe Burrow by like 1.
right.
But it's still that's not the right move to make, going from Burrow to Howell.
Right.
But Burrow to Richardson, that would have been fine. So, all right, let's get into a little positivity, y'all.